Happy Sunday, everybody. Today it is a day of rest for most people. Most people will be putting their feet up, maybe watching a bit of football, having their roast dinner, watching songs of praise, who knows. But for me, I'm going to be doing something which is completely out of my comfort zone and something that I've never done before. I'm going open lake swimming. In this weather, this temperature, apparently it's meant to be good for recovery. I think it's good for catching a cold. Oh my god, here it is.
But it's actually really nice. I think I'll come back. It's lush. Oh my god, no it's not, there's fish.
Oh my god, there's fish.
No, I'm not swimming with them.
That would have scared the shit out of me if that had come and nibbled my toes or something. So apparently the lake is actually closed today, so there's not going to be any swimming, which is really annoying, but we can hear go-karting, so that might be a suitable alternative, I think. So that's been a little bit of a fail really. I mean, obviously we haven't been able to go lake swimming. Couldn't go go-karting because that was an hour and a half away. So we've decided to come indoor swimming like normal people. So I've got my little band thing ready to go. Extreme. Obviously I can't film in a swimming pool, so I'll see you guys after. Oh, well that's swimming done. I think I counted about 1,000 laps, something like that. So just gonna go home now, refeed because I've not eaten anything today, and then chill out. Do what I do on a normal Sunday. How to get rid of grey hairs 101. Alright, so before I head into the gym for my first training session of the week, I'm going to quickly talk about how I'm doing in terms of things like recovery, my mindset, and just how the training is going in general. So overall, everything is going amazingly well at the moment. I'm absolutely loving the program. Recovery is going really, really well, and my mindset is perfect at the moment. And I've been trying to put my finger on exactly why this is. Why am I suddenly feeling amazing about the gym? Normally it's a little bit of a chore, but although I enjoy it, it's just hard work and can be a little bit stressful. And what I've pinpointed it down to is the fact that I'm spending less time at work at the moment. So I'm actually changing jobs at the end of the month, therefore I need to use up a lot of annual leave, so I've had a lot of time away from work, and this is just giving me time to really get my mindset right. It definitely means I can sleep more and just have more lines, so recovering better that way. I have more time to go and have things like physio and massage. I can prepare my meals better and just have a little bit more structure with training and not having to think about sort of work and the stresses that brings. So obviously with work you can be sort of stressed at work or whatever, but still enjoy your work. Sometimes a little bit of stress isn't a bad thing. It's a sign that you're sort of working hard and wanting to achieve stuff in work, but it does sometimes come at a cost. And I've definitely noticed the fact that I've been away from work for a while. I've definitely been able to just recover and really get my mindset right in terms of the gym. So I think in a way that's just something to think about, especially if you're thinking about becoming a world champion and you just really want to go to like the highest level. There are these stresses in life. I mean, it's kids, it's relationships, it's work. You know, these things happen, and unless you're fortunate enough where you work maybe in a gym and you're sponsored and you have things paid for you and you can actually live and breathe whatever it is you want to achieve, then that's great. But you know, for the majority of people, you have to work, and sometimes that can be a little bit stressful. So it is about finding that balance, really. And that's just really just an observation more than anything. I'm not sort of saying go and quit your job and go and live your dream and do all that sort of stuff, because that's not realistic for most people. What I'm just trying to say is I have noticed that being away from work and just being away from some of the more stressful things in life has definitely helped me with my recovery. So if anything, I'm just sort of advising now and again, it's good to sort of take a step away from the stresses in life, and just to sort of, even if it's not for a training benefit, just to sort of clear your mind and put you in a healthy mindset. So with all of that being said, I'm now very eager to get to the gym, so I will see you there. Alright, so that is squats and bench done. Now I'm going to be doing the plank again like I did last week. So last week I did 80 kilos for 30 seconds, so this week I'm going to go for 100 for 30 seconds, but because it's very inefficient loading plates up on my back, Isaac is going to sit on my back because he weighs exactly 80 kilos while holding 20 kilos. Alright, we ready?
Yeah,
let's go.
Yes, you're good. So strong.
Yep.
Cool. Resist.
Yeah.
Push, 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 push. Come on.
15 seconds. Yeah.
Round up.
Yeah. 30 seconds.
Yeah, 30 seconds, so you can be on the 15.
Alright. So I've just been talking to Isaac, who is, what would you say you are, a biomechanics expert?
No, fuck no.
Come have a chat. Talk them through it. So he was basically saying how doing a weighted plank might not actually be that beneficial for me, and there's probably different exercises I can be doing to help my core and to help with my squat and my deadlift. So maybe not the core then?
Maybe not the core. I guess like the issue for me is like once you get really towards like an elite level, which you are progressing towards, like highly advanced, it has to be really specific. You don't want to be introducing movement patterns that increase inefficiency in your movement. So like it's directly looking at, oh, I've got this specific issue that I'm faltering at. I need to find a movement pattern which corrects this, which is close to the movement pattern I'm trying to do. Okay, back from the gym and just following on a little bit more about what Isaac was saying with the plank, and just sort of having thought it through a little bit more. He's 100% right. I think the situation was that I was just
ego lifting really. It was just a machismo thing, trying to be as strong as I could in the plank, when really I should have just been thinking it through and being a bit more specific, because like Isaac was saying, I'm at a point in my training where I need to be a little bit more specific to reap results, and just doing a static plank with weight on my back isn't really going to carry over to me having a stronger core and being able to squat and deadlift more. So I need to be doing things which are a little bit more specific. So I'm going to start doing ab rollouts, because I did a couple of those and they're very humbling, and I realised how weak well, not weak, but I realised what muscles I really need to be using to incorporate my core, or like my abs. So I'm going to start doing those a little bit more, doing things which are actually going to benefit me and not worrying about how much weight I'm putting on my back, because yeah, it just came down to an ego thing, a machismo thing, and you know, I've been training long enough to realise that that doesn't really get you anywhere. So yeah, a bit of a humbling experience. I'm glad Isaac was there to sort of talk that through with me, and just sort of, you know, different pair of eyes sort of giving you some advice, so that was really good. One thing that I know planks are good for are giving you massive migraines, because I got back from the gym today and just with all the pressure in my head and my abs, literally the moment I was walking out of the gym I was just getting like blurred vision, and I got a massive migraine, so I've been asleep for the last 3 hours, so not great, you know, a bit of a learning experience, but yeah, you know, that's what it's all about, learning and being humble enough to listen to good advice and not just doing your own thing. That's how you grow as a person, by listening and taking in information. Okay, so it's the next day. Head is still not feeling great. I pretty much went straight to sleep after filming that last little bit. But I've got to go and deadlift, so I'm doing pause deadlifts, which is probably the worst thing to do when you've had a migraine, because of just the pressure that it puts on your head. But I'll go and see how we get on, and hopefully it's not too bad. Also, my core is actually killing me from yesterday, just doing a couple of those ab rollouts, so the DOMs from that is going to be interesting as well. But I'm basically going to sign out the video now, guys. I hope you've taken something away from this video, obviously discussing the work-life balance stuff, and then inadvertently discussing taking on new ideas and not being ignorant with your own point of view, and listening to other people in order to progress and grow as a person and a lifter. So I hope you've taken some stuff away from this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please if you can speak unlike me, please leave the video a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.